So for those who don't know, over the last month, I've been mega unmotivated and borderline depressed. And I don't use that word lightly because I feel like, oh, I'm so depressed, me sad kind of deal. But I was sleeping 16 hours a day. It was really bad. I was sleeping 16 hours a day and I didn't want to leave my bed. And the idea of meeting people gave me so much anxiety. Um, like Scara planned for us to go get lunch. And when the day came, like he knocked on my door and I just didn't respond. And I pretended to be asleep. And I just laid in my bed. And then I messaged him saying like, hey, yo, honestly, the idea of leaving my room is giving me a lot of anxiety. And I told very few people this. I told Ludwig as well because he had this stream planned for us to go buy suits, and I was trying to come up with all the ways to get out of it. I thought about saying like, my mama's sick, so um and I just decided to be like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, bro. The idea of being on camera is so terrifying for me right now. I can't do it. And he was very nice about it, of course. But the event yesterday helped a lot because when people came up to me and said, "Toast, I love your content," it made me feel. How did it make me feel? It made me feel like motivated because I'm like, damn, really? You liked my content? Because my content, haven't been making content, but I appreciate the words. It makes me want to not disappoint them in a way. It's a bit of expectation, which I hate. I hate having expectations put on me, but it was more them showing appreciation. It's like, okay, you know, you're right. I should try and stream a little at least. The problem with streaming, I think, is with me at least, is when I don't have something to focus on, I feel super lost, right? With Hearthstone, TFT, and Among Us, it's like it's easy to focus on it, but without them, I feel so lost. And I can't just play them because I'm not passionate about them. That's the problem. Like I could play it, but it's like I'm not passionate about it. And if I don't have passion, I don't care. And it really seeps through my content. Um, like with Valorant or League of Legends or whatever game we play, like the variety stuff, it doesn't capture my attention. I need something to capture my attention. So it's this problem of being a workaholic, but nothing to work on. Like I'm definitely a workaholic. I love working. So like the last month, I felt like I couldn't work on anything. Like I wanted to work, but I could not work on anything. There's nothing to work on, and it was like a really bad feeling. And it's a lot of it is just coming to terms with being okay to not have anything to work on. The idea of just being chill. It's really hard to be okay with that sometimes because like I do want to work though. I've been chilling for 4 months. I want to work, but there's nothing to work on because there's nothing I'm passionate about. Uh, so and something will come along inevitably as it always does. Like the idea of streaming Valorant, for example, doesn't entice me that much. Like it's fun, it's a good break, it's a good filler to just hang out with friends and chat. Um, but I wouldn't say I'm passionate about it. It would be a great thing to do in addition to something, not as like a main staple of stuff. Might need another round with Dr. K. When I met Dr. K last night, I was very close to saying, hey, by the way, I need therapy and not the stream kind. Please help. Because I did Dr. K live on stream, and that's like 50% talking, 50% content. But I felt really bad to a point where I'm like, bro, I need therapy, and I'm not talking about the kind you stream on Twitch for like an audience. I'm talking about the one where we get in a private room and we hash out our content, like hash out our problems. But streamers put a lot of pressure on themselves. Every single streamer, I would say. I think humans tend to be way harsher on themselves than on other people. Like, we treat ourselves worse than we treat other people. It's like, you know how you give class presentations and they call names one by one, and the whole time you're super nervous, and all you can focus on is how cringe you're going to be when you give your class presentation, and everyone's going to laugh at you. But in reality, you know what's everyone thinking about? Everyone's thinking about the same thing. They're thinking about themselves. They're not paying any attention to your class presentation. Like, when you're done your class presentation, you're like, oh, yeah, that's great. Good. Holy crap, I have to give my presentation still. And it's the same with streaming, I feel like, where a lot of streamers, they're constantly worried about the content, their viewership, their standing in the scene. And they think, oh my God, the other streamers probably like hate me, they don't respect me, or like I need to do good content to impress the other streamers. And all the other streamers are thinking the same thing. It's like, oh my God. Like, if whether you're a 1K ND, 5K ND, 10K ND, like 50K ND, I guarantee you, people who average like 30,000, 40,000 viewers also feel this way. Like, oh my God, I had 60,000 viewers doing this, and now I only have 40,000 viewers doing this. I lost 20,000 viewers. Oh God, what's going on? And then you have like streamers with 100 viewers going like, oh my God, I went from 100 viewers to 80 viewers. Oh my God, what's going on? And we're all thinking the same thing, and we're all so hard on ourselves. But when we think about other streamers, and someone was to say, oh God, Toast, I went from 5K to 4K, I'd be like, no, it's true. Like, sometimes you can't control how things are. Like, metas comes and goes, just relax. But I would never give that advice to myself, right? It's weird how tough we are on ourselves, but not other people. With other people, we're always very understanding and supportive. But shouldn't you be understanding and supportive of yourself? Right? That's why I hate it when people pull up viewership numbers to insult, like when streamers pull up viewership numbers to insult other streamers. I find that to be really like a really low blow almost. I feel like I've done it in the past before, but definitely to people who deserve it. But it's like, I feel like when you do something like that, you're kind of hitting below the belt, because it's something all streamers are kind of insecure about at the end of the day. And it makes me worry sometimes, like, if I get an argument with another streamer, are they gonna hit me below the belt? Even though realistically, you're not a better or worse streamer necessarily based on a number. But the problem with streaming is there is a number. Or like with social media, or like if you're an Instagram influencer, you're a TikTok influencer, there is a number associated with your worth, with your value. And fighting your brain to understand that your worth isn't determined by a single number, it's a battle that every streamer goes through. I was talking with Leslie last night. It was so funny. She had an offer for something, and there was a number attached to it. And someone else had the exact same offer, and there was a number attached to it. and that person's number was twice of Leslie's. And we were just laughing about it because it's like, wow, it really, they kind of just spell out your worth for you right there. You are worth half of this person. Everything was the same except that one number, and the other person's was doubles of her. And we're just joking. It's like, damn, wow. They just really boil down your worth compared to this person. And it does kind of mess with you a little bit. It's like, damn, I'm worth half of this. But everyone has different strengths. Everyone has different appeals, and everyone blossoms at different time. Like when people look at my YouTube numbers, like I feel like when it comes to YouTube, I do okay. But people constantly come up to me saying like, bro, Toast, I'm so jealous of your YouTube. Like streamers with 2 times or 3 times my live stream viewership. And I would say like, bro, I'm so jealous of your like stream content. And we're all just constantly comparing ourselves, right? Because we can't help it when there's a number attached to everything. And it's like, why can't I be proud of my YouTube? Why am I so focused on like the stream side of things, when my YouTube side of things is like miles better than others, right? And I think it's just human nature to focus on what you don't have instead of what you do have. So yeah.